Also, you may have noticed this is not my normal setup. Any guesses where I am?
You're in the Kino Cave.
I'm with my boyfriend that I'm constantly talking about and name dropping. I swear he exists, guys.
Yes, I'm real.
I'm not holding him hostage at all. So this is not going to be like any old of my normal videos where it's a tier list or anything. Well, no, it's not a tier list. I can't explain what we're doing.
Okay, I'll explain. So, here in your guest spot in the Kino Cave, this was Kiki's idea, where I am a big fan of comic books and superheroes and that kind of thing, and you're a moderate fan of some superheroes.
I'm a casual enjoyer.
So, what your idea was for me to pull some designs for superheroes. In this case, it's Spider-Man. And these are some kind of deep pulls, ones that you wouldn't really know very well, kind of single issue comic book kind of stuff. And you're going to react to them as I show you them, and then I'm going to explain if it needs explaining.
Because I'm a fucking normie.
But, yeah. So
yeah.
You're just going to react to them. I pulled some pretty silly ones, and then also some regular ones for like some genuine kind of reactions.
Okay.
And then just some that are completely ridiculous and stupid. That
My
will provide for
favourite
some,
kind.
provide for some entertaining, funny stuff, hopefully.
Yeah. Like you said, like, as Mr. Kino, or I forgot they know
Call
your
me
name.
Mr. Kino, it's okay.
As Brendan explained, you know what's happening now. I'm a normie when it comes to comic books, especially. Like movies, I've seen my fair share of superhero movies, both Marvel and DC. You know, casual enjoyer, casual viewer. But comics, lost cause. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I have no idea what the hell you're about to show me, and to be quite honest, I'm fucking terrified. So,
I'm also far from an expert on comic books, but I do have a moderate collection of comics, and I like researching them and looking at, you know, specific stories and stuff. So I am a casual enjoyer of them.
careful. Comic book Twitter might come for you now. They might put
Exactly,
this video and come
that's why
for
I'm
you.
covering my ass right now by saying that I am not an expert, because I feel like people will assume that when you're saying that you know nothing, and I'm the one who's supposed to know the stuff about them.
Yeah, he just knows more than me, so that's why he's the expert.
I'm a casual reader. I don't keep up with any specific current runs, mostly because they're all shit anyway. But I read them from time to time.
Okay, I feel like we're rambling on a bit too long now, so do you want to just get straight into it?
Yes.
Let's go!
So I think
And there's an ad on the TV. Fantastic.
One eternity later.
Okay, we're ready. We're back.
So I figured I'd start you off on one that's kind of less silly, just so that we fully understand the format of the video, you know, before we move on to the kind of funnier reactions. So I've gone with one that I'm sure you've seen before, because you probably listened to me ramble on about it. But it is a very different kind of Spider-Man costume.
Okay.
And I feel like if I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't guess that it is
Okay.
one.
Ready?
Alright? Yes.
Oh, is that the 2099 one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because funny shirt that you bought.
Oh, yeah,
impulsively.
yeah.
Can I see zooming in? It's, you know what? As far as like from what I've seen of Spider-Man suits, it's not the weirdest, and it looks pretty cool.
Like I said, I thought I'd start you off with one that's pretty
Okay.
popular, especially because of the Across the Spider-Verse movie that came out. Everyone's going to know what the Miguel O'Hara 2099 suit is
I
going
just
to look
realized
like.
I just realized it says 2099 on the cover.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Again, I'm starting off with like a really,
Okay.
really easy one to kind
Okay.
of settle you in.
Okay.
Because it's going to get kind of more stupid from here on out.
I'm going to give this, you know what, 4 out of 5. It's pretty
4
cool.
out of 5,
I
okay.
enjoy it. You know, I haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse or anything like that. I've seen Into the Spider-Verse, but I haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse because, you know, reasons. I'm too lazy. That's my reason. But yeah, it's not the worst. It's pretty cool. I like it. So, I mean, there's not really much else to say. So yeah.
And in case any of you are curious, Miguel O'Hara is half Mexican, half Irish. Irish pride. Go Will Sliney, who designed... not designed, he penned, or not, oh fuck's sake.
Take your time.
He was an artist on Spider-Man 2099 for a while, and that's kind of partially, I think, why he's half Irish, Miguel O'Hara, the character. But the costume is actually a Day of the Dead costume, which is, the popular Mexican festival, and that's why it looks like that.
I'll put it on screen. I just realised we never said it. I'll put it on screen for you guys to see.
They'll all be on. I imagine they'll all be on screen from the very beginning.
I'll put it in between the two of us. I'll find a way to make it look good.
Yeah.
My editing magic. So yeah, move on to the next one. That one's pretty cool. I enjoy that.
Okay.
And I also really love your shirt.
Yeah,
shirt.
if any of you want to know, I have a T-shirt that's black, and it says in 2099 this is blue. That's the joke.
I feel like you went in such a roundabout way to explain that word. I could have summed it up in about half that time.
Do you want to just take a picture of me wearing the shirt and you can put it up and
I'm not. Stop adding to my editing time. This is already going to take forever.
Fine, just cut this out then. Okay. You know what? The next one I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
It's a pretty standard Spider-Man suit.
Okay.
It just looks funny.
Okay, so
this is more reactive.
goofy.
This is a more reactive one,
Okay.
and then I'll explain to you why it looks like that.
Excuse me. Okay, I'm scared.
Okay.
What am I looking at? What's happening?
I'm just gonna let her absorb this before I explain why it looks like that.
Why is his arm that skinny, or is that just the way it's drawn? I'm so confused. Why is one arm malnourished white boy? I'm so confused. What the fuck is this?
So, I will explain.
It looks like a normal Spider-Man suit, but just the picture, I can't get past the arm. What is that?
So, in the early 2000s, after the release of the movie Spider-Man, directed by Sam Raimi, they made a CGI animated series called Spider-Man: The New Animated Series. And, it's a 2003 CGI animated show, which is why it looks like that. And the art style is that, he's really thin and flexible with, a giant head and giant hands. So that's why he looks so weird. And it's also a CGI animated TV show from the early 2000s to coincide with the film.
It's the same age as me.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it does act as a sequel to the first Sam Raimi movie, but then Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 completely denounces this animated show.
I hope to never watch that show.
Yeah,
if it looks like that, I am not watching this. I'm sorry.
If you can get past the art style, it's pretty okay.
I cannot. I'm so bad at getting past things like that. We watched the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, with the last month.
A couple of weeks ago, yeah.
A couple of weeks or a month ago. No. They look like frogs. They don't look like turtles. They look like frogs. I don't like that art style. It looks good in Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. It looks good there, but I don't know what they did with that movie. It's terrible. I hate it so much.
Yeah, it seems like you think it kind of went too far with the kind of childish drawing aspect rather than an actual art, consistent art.
Yeah, and I have problems with the voice actors too. They sound like they're 12. Okay, here we next one.
Okay, so again, I've gone for a more kind of regular looking one now rather than a silly one, just to see your genuine kind of reaction to it.
Sure.
And again, I'll explain why this suit exists afterwards.
Okay. Is it okay? Just don't tell me anything. Just show me.
Okay.
Give me the phone. Okay. Doesn't look terrible. I'm guessing this is something to do with the symbiote as well, because with the weird appendages.
Close, but no.
Oh, because Venom, it makes appendages come out of places.
I see where you're coming from, and you're on the right track, but
that's not it. Or is this fucking...
You're right. You got the villain wrong.
Is it something I don't know, Tony Stark tech or something? Is that? No, wrong direction. Okay, I'm just looking. Yeah, I'm seeing techie stuff, but about the appendages has me confused. But you know what? It's not a bad suit. I just realized I forgot to rank the last one. The last shitty one.
You can cut it in, yeah.
Yeah, last shitty one, 1 star. I'm not over that arm. That arm.
Yeah, the art style is just not.
It's not it. But yeah, this one I'm gonna give it 4 again, because I don't hate it. Looks pretty cool, so, what is it? Teach me, Dad.
So, this is the Superior Spider-Man, which is a storyline that happened a few years ago when Dr. Octopus, who was dying, placed his consciousness inside Peter Parker's body. And so Peter Parker was kind of sidelined, and it was Peter Parker's body with Doc Ock's brain. And so he wanted to become the superior Spider-Man. He wanted to be a better hero, which is why it looks kind of villainous. And also, again, the 4 arms is alluding back to the Dr. Octopus thing. You see where I saw you were on the right track with the Venom thing, where it's
it's like appendages.
It's a villain taking over the hero's body.
Okay.
With appendages, yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, pretty cool suit. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. It's great. 4 stars.
Okay, this next one I literally only picked because I felt bad not having any Miles Morales stuff.
Okay.
And unfortunately, because he's not been around long enough in the comics, he's only been
not
around.
a lot.
He's only been around. Yeah, he's only been around for like the last kind of 12,
I feel like I know where you're going with this.
12, 15 years. I don't think you know where I'm going with this.
Because
Because again, I got a real deep pull here.
Okay, never mind.
So again, this is kind of the most unique Miles Morales suit that you haven't already seen.
Okay.
That I could really find. Again, I don't read comics that often, so I don't.
Don't come for us in the comments. We're literally just a pair of normies.
And again, I picked Miles Morales just so that it's clear that we're not being racist by leaving him out. It's just that he has no, like, comic book designs outside of his own one, which is really cool.
Okay.
So, this is just one that I threw on there for the sake of it.
That is interesting. I'm not sure do I like it. I don't think I like it because like the helmet thing looks really weird. It looks like he's trying to be Iron Man even though, you know, we've been there.
There is a reason and I'll explain.
We've been there,
after.
done that, Mr. Worldwide. We've already done that. Like we're finished with that now. Yeah, I don't like that. Mainly because it's Miles and like Miles Morales and Tony Stark don't belong together for what I've seen.
No, they never really interact.
Exactly. So, not great, but not gonna be mean. I'll give it a 3 stars. It's middle of the road, but the helmet thing I really don't like.
So
I can't tell if it's meant to be blue or black.
It's black.
But yeah, no, it's it's fine.
So yeah, there is a reason for the helmet thing. It's actually a spacesuit. In the Spider-Man Life Story comic book. I'm not going to explain the whole story, but towards the end of that comic book,
short and snappy. I want this video to be less than 40 minutes.
Towards the end, Peter and Miles go to space, and that's why they wear the helmets. So that's
to space.
It's a spacesuit.
Nice. But yeah, not terrible, but I'm not a fan. So 3 stars. That'll do.
Okay, this is one of the silliest ones that I picked. And
My favorite.
As soon as you came to me with this idea,
okay,
I knew I had to put this one on there because 2 reasons. 1, it's hilarious, and everyone in the comic community loves this suit. It's in like half the video games as like an alternate suit.
Okay.
And also, I know that you don't know about this.
Okay, so this is something I've never seen this before.
This is going to confuse you. Alright?
Okay. Show me. What in the Wonder Boy is this? What in the Boy Wonder? This isn't Spider-Man. This is like...
I'm going to let you take that in.
This is like a shit Robin. This is like...
By the way, the nickname for that costume is the Bombastic Bagman.
Or like Bombastic Side-Eye. What the fuck is this? But like, no, he looks like a shit Robin. Like, this is like DC... Robin has had enough of Batman. He decides to go out on his own, but he has no budget.
Oh, so you're saying it looks like a terrible Nightwing costume, like...
Exactly, with no ass. I'm very disappointed. But yeah, no, like, the bag. Please cosplay this.
I would. Because, like, again, if you're in any way interested in Spider-Man comics, you've probably come across the Bombastic Bagman. If you played, like, any Spider-Man video game... You've come across this costume in the past. It's a very popular thing that happened, and it's kind of just one of those silly things in comics that everybody in this kind of Spider-Man community loves that this is a thing that exists.
Is it in the Spider-Man games, like the Spider-Man 2 game?
It's not in Spider-Man 2, it's in the Spider-Man game from 2018, and it's in some of the earlier ones as well, like the Amazing Spider-Man video games. And all
this
that.
is amazing. Like, honestly, it's so goofy, it just deserves 5. Like this genuinely
5 out
is
of 5 for silliness.
5 out of 5 for silliness. You know the way to my heart. This is incredible. Here you go.
And yeah, it's going to make a lot of sense now when I explain to you. So, when Spider-Man had the symbiote black suit, which I'm sure even if you're not a Spider-Man fan, you probably know about the whole Venom story. Spider-Man gets a black suit, that's an alien, and he tears it off himself, and it attaches itself to Eddie Brock or Harry Osborn or whoever you like, and they become Venom. So this is like the original version of that story, and the Fantastic Four help Spider-Man get the black suit off of him. When he does, Spider-Man's like, shit, I have no clothes. And the Fantastic Four is like, fine, take one of our old costumes. And then Spider-Man's like, but I need a mask because my secret identity isn't public. So they just put a paper bag over his head. Hence, the Bombastic Bag Man. It's a Fantastic Four suit with a bag over the head.
See, I love this. Like, here, child, have this hand-me-down. Shit, what do? Bag. Like, can't be seen. It's like
all
he's
he
being
does,
chased by the paparazzi.
He never stops any crime like this. This is literally just so he can swing home.
I want to see.
And that's it. He swings home in the suit and then changes into his regular red and blue Spider-Man suit after that. And that's it. And it's one of the most popular things in comic books, and it's in like all the video games.
I want to see him fighting crime. Like, Spider-Man 4, Tom Holland Spider-Man, give us that. Give us that. Bring back that costume, even if it's for one scene.
This is my challenge, because I've kind of fallen off the MCU recently, because it's just terrible. I'm sorry, but it is.
I hate it too, don't worry. I'm pretty easy.
But I will forgive every bad movie they've ever made.
Oh.
If when the Tom Holland Spider-Man does the Venom thing, he visits the Fantastic Four for some reason, and they give him a Fantastic Four costume with a bag over his head. I will forgive every bad movie they've ever made if they do that.
Are you hearing this, Marvel? Someone send this to Marvel CEO right now.
Kevin, I dare you. He's the head of Marvel, Kevin.
Good to know.
Okay, the next one I picked is a weird one, but not necessarily silly. I think it's just one that you're going to be very confused by.
Weird is my middle name. Go on, show me what. I'm seeing wings. Those wings? Or is that just like the weird drawing?
They're kind of like, you know, the wingsuit things?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay. I'm liking the color scheme, believe it or not. The wings, they're too bright. They're too bright for this. Like, if they were like red, or even like that blue tinty thing that they got going on there for a bit of contrast, it'd look a lot better. Why are they white? It looks like a moth. Mothman! But yeah, this one's kind of weird. Like, I'm gonna give it 2.5. It loses half a star because the wings are bothering me.
So it's completely mid. But,
it is the middest of the mid. It is the tepid water of Spider-Man suits.
I actually quite like this suit.
I like it too.
Yeah.
It's just the wingsuit it's the wing thingies that are bothering me. But you know
That's
what?
fair.
It's not a bad suit.
So yeah, this costume is from another animated series from the 90s. So if you were a kid that kind of grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, you probably heard of Batman Beyond. You've probably seen an episode of Batman Beyond.
You showed me.
And Marvel was like, okay, so let's just do this because that's making money. And they made Spider-Man Unlimited, which is Spider-Man goes to another planet that's basically Earth but the future and gets a future suit. And that's why it looks kind of like that.
It looks cool, I just don't like the wings, like I said.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man's answer to Batman Beyond.
It's like, fuck you, DC. I could be cool and edgy too.
Reminder, before the MCU, Marvel rode the coattails of DC all the time. Okay, I'm gonna go with one from a movie because... I'm
getting tired of comic books. Show me something stupid.
Well, you probably know this one because you've seen all the movies by virtue of me. So...
Oh, look at me, I showed her Spider-Man. Which movie is this?
It's from The Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Tasm, that's why I don't remember it that much. Okay, hot take. I feel like this will bother a lot of people. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man himself, he is the best one. But the Raimi movies are the best movies. I enjoy the Raimi movies. They're the best out of all the Spider-Man movies. But Andrew Garfield, he'll always be my Spider-Man. Like, he is the best Spider-Man. He's the funniest one. And, you know, obvious reasons. It's, you know, Andrew Garfield. So, you know, but like this is just really funny. I like it. I actually,
really?
I like it. It's like...
Because, like, most people agree. I actually have a soft spot for it because I loved those movies because I was, like, the perfect age. I was 10 when that movie came out. So I was, like, it was perfect. But most people in the Spider-Man community hate this costume.
Why do they hate it? It's funny. It's
because
cool.
It's nothing. It's just a red mask and some street clothes.
And you know what? He did his fucking best. I don't see you swinging from fucking buildings and shit.
The thing I appreciate about The Amazing Spider-Man, at least the first movie, is that, say in the Raimi movies, like, those are some of my favorite movies of all time, but you don't believe that, like, a 18-year-old made that costume.
Oh, no.
Whereas in the first Amazing Spider-Man, it very much looks like someone, like, you know, it looks like Peter Parker, you know, 17, 18-year-old definitely made, you know, this costume and then the later costume after it later in the movie.
Not a bad suit. Like, to me, like, you know, he grabbed what he had.
I
which
think that might be my
appreciate.
favorite homemade costume because it actually looks homemade.
It looks homemade, and you know what? It's trendy. It's styling for the time.
2012.
Yep,
Yeah.
very that. Very, like, I don't want to say the wrong subculture because I don't want all the emos and grunge people hating me. But, you know, it's very that genre. Genre. 3.5. It's a 3.5 stars just because, like, I have nostalgia for, like, 2010s fashion.
I'm going to show you two more. They're both kind of silly.
Okay.
So this is the first of the last two.
What the What the hell is this? What in the disco ball is this? It's like Disco Janet from fucking The Good Place. What? Those boots. Those fucking... What are those? I'd wear them, but what are they? Like, okay. It looks like the black suit, which I really like. But I'm not a fan of, like, the disco shiny shit that's
Silvery
going on.
stuff,
Yeah. Not a fan of that. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for, like, shiny clothes and, like, you know, being out there and being, like, you know, sparkly. But this ain't it. Spider-Man just isn't that. So, I genuinely am probably going to give this 2.5.
That's fair.
What is it?
Yeah, I don't particularly love it either.
What is this monstrosity?
Okay, I actually forgot to research the comic book origins of this, but my
Bad YouTuber. Where are your sources?
So I don't know the comic book origins, but I know that this suit was popularized by the 90s animated series when they did an Into the Spider-Verse style thing.
Okay.
And this is a version of Peter Parker from another universe where he was basically Iron Man, which is why it's like a metal suit
We've
with
had
gadgets
enough,
and stuff.
like, we had enough Iron Man stuff with the movies now. I can't deal with this anymore.
Yeah, that's that basic. I don't love it. Again, it's another one that's just in all the video games as like an alternate costume. So that's kind of where I would know it from. I'm not crazy about it.
And no, that's an interesting choice.
Okay.
Like, oh, by the way, there's like no hate to like the artists or anything that done like any of these suits. They're just kind of
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. We're judging. We're critiquing these designs fairly. No disrespect to any artists
no,
that
no.
worked on them.
no, like all
And for the record, I like all of these in their own kind of way.
yeah, like you have soft spots for them, even if they are a little silly.
Yeah.
Like
and
Bombastic Bagman.
Yeah, I appreciate like with the bombastic. Well, for one thing, the bombastic Bagman thing became a massive meme, which is great. And even the suits that even the CGI TV show one, like the only reason it looks the way it does is because of the time. And again, I still appreciate it for being like silly and funny.
Yeah, that's fair. Next.
So this is the last one,
Okay, last suit. Let's go.
and
Don't disappoint me.
I think you're gonna understand why I saved this for last
God.
when you see it.
Okay.
And this is also a bonus one because there's technically two costumes.
Bonus round. Woo! Okay. I'm scared. Show me. This isn't real. What is that face? What is that face? That looks like one of those like homemade stupid short things that I put on for like my baby cousin to keep him entertained. Like, you know, those YouTube short thingies where it's just like a load of characters from different universes like fucking just riding motorcycles into piles of cans, like that kind of stuff. That's really badly animated. Like, and the physics are all not good. Like, you've no idea what I'm talking about.
Not
but
really,
like,
no.
it looks like something out of Johnny Test or a really shit Omnitrix.
That's fair. You're not far off.
So, like, it's an Omnitrix, a Spider Trix.
Again, that bleeds into the bonus part of this last one.
I'm just not over that fucking face. You can see the pursed lips on the inside.
Yeah.
What are those eyes?
Look at the face on this costume, and you'll understand why every Spider-Man afterwards had to have a faceplate over their face when they won the mask.
Is this like a movie or something? Or like a live action thing? Like, what is
So
this?
do you want me to explain to you what this
Please.
is now?
Like, this is terrible. What is this?
So in the 1970s,
Oh, God,
Japan,
of course it's the 70s.
a TV studio in Japan acquired the rights to Spider-Man. And
What the hell happened there?
But anyway, yeah, the Japanese made a Spider-Man TV show that is basically what if Spider-Man was a Power Ranger. And the thing on his wrist is a little gadget that calls his giant robot.
What? Oh my god, that's so Power Rangers coded. Oh my god. Wow.
This is a robot that Spider-Man owned in the Japanese, like, TV show.
This is incredible. Oh, here you go, phone. Wow. But no, that's so Power Rangers coded. Like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, this looks like something out of the Power Rangers TV shows.
As far as I know, I'm not actually seeing any of the show because it's very hard to
obtain, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's very hard to find episodes of it. But I've seen clips specifically of the
Of
giant
this
robot,
unit of a thing.
the giant robot Spider-Man, and yeah, it has, as far as I know, the show has very little to do with the like original Spider-Man.
Like the swinging and shit.
They basically just took the costume and were like, we'll just make him a Power Ranger and sell it to children.
You know what? I'd watch it just for the silliness.
Yeah, because it's really funny. Like, again, I've seen clips and it's hilarious. Like, the show itself is just so funny the way it's done.
That I'm still not over the face. Like, the robot is the least weird thing about this. It's the face that I'm focusing on. Why can I see his features? This isn't okay. You're not meant to see anything. Like, no.
You didn't have the money for faceplates back then.
Even a sheet of plastic, like what? Anyways, like, that is terrible. Like the suit itself isn't bad. It's just the face that just takes away everything.
Yeah.
That's what makes it silly for me. So the suit itself, you know what? It's like a 4 out of 5. Oh, 3.5, 4. It's not a terrible suit. It's just the face. It's that just takes away everything and it's making me laugh. So
It is an exact recreation of the Steve Ditko Spider-Man from like the original, like the first few comic books. It is pretty much an exact replica of what those comic books were, which is probably why it looks so tacky. But yeah, like, I appreciate it definitely on that basis, and it's very similar to the American TV show, also from the 70s, starring Nicholas Hammond. It's basically
I thought you were going to say Nicolas Cage. I was like, when the fuck was he Spider-Man?
yeah, Nicholas Hammond played Spider-Man in a TV show in the 70s. It was live action, and it was basically the same costume, except they changed the eyes.
Okay.
They used, like, you know the thing at the bottom of the sink to catch food? Actually, you mightn't do it because Americans have garbage disposal.
Oh, the sink trap thing. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
what
the
you're
sink
talking about.
trap
I'll put a
thing,
picture on screen for those who don't know.
So that food doesn't go down the sink. You basically had 2 of those for the eyes. Because, again, fun fact, in the original Spider-Man comic books, his eyes weren't white. They were like this super reflective shit, and that's what they were trying to do. Yeah, white.
They're just headlights.
Because of the limitations of the time, they were always just drawn white.
Amazing. That was an experience. I feel educated. I feel exposed to more Spider-Man suits that I didn't know existed, some of which I wish I hadn't seen. But it was an eye-opening experience, and like we said, no hate to like any artists or anything. Like, they're all really cool. Like, a lot of work obviously went into those. It's just some of them have aged kind of poorly since their release way back in the day. But
And we're not trying to be malicious towards that Japanese TV show either. That was
I just realized
that was what kids shows were back then, and
it just reminded me of Power Rangers, which I actually kind of liked as a kid. So you know what?
yeah, I love
nostalgia.
Power Rangers as a kid, and I love that they did a Spider-Man TV show where he has a giant robot.
Giant robot. It's like
Because where else do you get that?
exactly. Japan always delivers. Anyways, I feel educated. That was fun. Would you do this again? Maybe not with Spider-Man, but
not with Spider-Man, because I feel
showing
like
me things.
I couldn't find like 10 more that you wouldn't have already seen, but I'd love to do it with other fictional characters.
Thumbs up if you want this to be a series, because I would so do this again. I love reacting to stuff, especially like weird shit that I haven't seen before. So yeah, I would definitely do this again. This is really fun.
There's some Batman costumes from the 1950s that would blow your mind.
I've seen the Adam West one. It can't get much worse than that, can it?
You realize I think Adam West is a badass. That's how ridiculous Batman costumes got.
I'm terrified. I think this needs to happen in the future.
I think it does.
Okay, now you know what's coming in the future. Anyways, thank you for letting me invade your space. As if I
was about to say thank you for having me, but you're in my set, so I guess
I'm in his set and I half live here, so
thank you for coming and then having me be present on the channel.
So there you have it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here and you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell button to be notified when I decide to grace the internet with my presence again. Also, subscribe to my boyfriend here, Mr. Kino. He posts a lot of stuff about movies and stuff and his physical media collection and all that. Very different to me, but
Yes, the channel's called The Kino Cave, and if you enjoyed me talking about the various histories of comic books, I do the same thing for movies, basically any kind of a media. I review, I talk about physical media a lot, and I talk about the history of, you know, certain designs and, you know, creations of props and costumes for movies and all that. That's kind of my deal. So if you have any interest in that, the Kino Cave is where you can find
all
me.
the artsy fartsy shit, that's the opposite of me, which is just pure comedy content. I'm not even that funny. I genuinely don't think I'm that funny. I'm just here to shitpost.
You're pretty funny.
Thank you. But yeah, I forgot how to end things. Like,
Oh no, I've still yet to figure out an outro for myself. So
no, I have my outro. It's just the fact that you're here. It threw me off, and like I already said it. You know what? Like, we're done here. We're done here. See you guys next time. Bye bye.